Did you know that a staggering 70% of employees feel they don't have a good work-life balance, and it's wreaking havoc on their mental health? It's a statistic that should make us all pause and rethink this modern-day holy grail that we're all striving for. The idea of work-life balance has been drilled into us as the key to happiness, a magical formula where our professional and personal lives exist in perfect harmony. But here's the thing, it's a total lie. What if I told you that chasing this elusive balance is actually doing more harm than good? We're constantly bombarded with messages telling us that with the right planning, a few productivity hacks, and some serious self-discipline, we can have it all. But in reality, this idealized concept of balance creates unrealistic expectations and, in turn, leaves us feeling more stressed and dissatisfied than ever before. The pressure to achieve work-life balance can make us feel like we're failing at both work and life, which leads to burnout, anxiety, and even depression. We often find ourselves asking, why can't I get this right? But maybe the question isn't what we're doing wrong, but rather whether the entire concept is flawed. Let's break it down. Where did this idea of work-life balance even come from? Historically, the term wasn't even part of our vocabulary until the late 20th century. It was born out of the Industrial Revolution when the lines between work and personal life began to blur as people started working longer hours in factories. The separation of work and life was more defined when work was something done outside the home and outside of personal hours. But fast forward to today, and it's clear that societal pressures, coupled with the advent of technology, have made it harder than ever to truly disconnect. Now, we carry our work in our pockets, and the line between work time and personal time is more blurred than ever. What does balance even mean? Is it the same for a single parent as it is for a young entrepreneur? For some, it might be spending time with family. For others, it might be pursuing a side hustle or a passion project. The truth is, balance is subjective, and trying to apply a one-size-fits-all solution to something so deeply personal is not only impractical, but also counterproductive. The very idea that there is a perfect formula out there that we should all be following sets us up for disappointment. What's balanced for one person might feel like a burden to someone else, and this pursuit of balance often leads us to prioritize the wrong things, chasing after an image of what we think our lives should look like instead of what actually makes us happy. Now here's the key moment. Work-life balance, as we know it, might just be unattainable for most of us, and that's okay. Instead of chasing an impossible dream, what if we shifted our focus to finding fulfillment in different areas of our lives, even if they don't fit neatly into a balanced equation? Perhaps it's not about dividing our time equally, but about making sure that whatever we're doing it with purpose and passion. We need to redefine what success looks like and recognize that it's okay if our lives are a little chaotic, as long as we're prioritizing what truly matters to us. Maybe the goal isn't balance, but integration, blending our work and personal lives in a way that feels natural and fulfilling, even if it doesn't fit the traditional mold. It's about understanding that there will be times when work takes the front seat and times when personal life needs to be the priority, and that's perfectly fine. In summary, the concept of work-life balance is more illusion than reality, a myth that, when pursued without question, leads to more frustration than satisfaction. Instead of trying to balance our lives on a razor's edge, we should focus on finding personal fulfillment and setting realistic expectations. After all, life is messy, unpredictable, and wonderfully complex, and that's what makes it beautiful. So don't beat yourself up for not having it all perfectly balanced. Instead, focus on what brings you joy, what drives you, and remember that it's okay if your life doesn't fit into a perfect little box. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's your experience with work-life balance? Drop a comment below and let's get the conversation going. And if you're looking for more ways to navigate this crazy life, check out my other video on productivity tips that might just change the way you approach your day-to-day.